Hi, in this video we'll talk about a type of verbal reasoning question known as missing word. Let's look at an example. In each of the following sentences, the word fragments in capitals has had 3 consecutive letters removed. The missing letters are a 3-letter word. Identify the missing word. Okay, let's have a look at this question then. So it's a sentence. Laz is in trouble because he cod my homework. You'll see immediately that this sentence makes no sense, and the reason is because this word here in capitals is not the right word that should be here. We need to identify a 3-letter word, a 3-letter real word in English, that we can insert somewhere into this word, and that could be inserting somewhere at the beginning or end or somewhere in the middle, such that cod then becomes a real word. So we're adding 3 letters somewhere to cod to make a real word that then would make the sentence make sense. So the approach to this kind of question is to read the sentence fully first, to then understand the context, and then read it again, but then use your finger to cover up this bit, cover up the bit in capitals, and think about what word could be there. So I can't use my finger on a presentation, but I'm going to read it without cod. Laz is in trouble because he something my homework. Then you can have a think about what kind of word could have been in that gap. Because he what my homework? Because he ate my homework, maybe? Or because he stole my homework? Or maybe he threw my homework in the bin. No, that wouldn't make sense. It needs to be a single word that goes in here. And hopefully you'll see relatively straightforwardly that copied could be a reason why Laz got in trouble. He copied my homework. So let's then look back at the letters that we have. Well, k, o, and d are all in the word copied. So is there a 3-letter word that we can insert into cod to make copied? And I always write the word that I want in here down. So copied, and we already have the C and the O and the D. And yes, there is a 3-letter word pie that we could insert into copied there to make a real word. So the answer here is pie. Okay, here are 4 more questions that you can try yourself. So pause the video, have a go, see if you can figure out for each of these sentences what 3-letter word you can insert into the word in capitals to make another word that would then make the sentence make sense. Press play again when you're ready to go through the answers. Okay, let's have a look at the first one. The angry lion something loudly and scared its prey stiff. Okay, what could an angry lion do loudly? Well, it could shout or scream or jump up and down loudly. Well, we just need one word here. And you will probably notice that, well, a lion would roar loudly. So the lion roared loudly would make sense. The angry lion roared loudly and scared its prey stiff. Perfect. Well, we are already given an ROA, which means the 3-letter word we need to add is red. Okay, and you can see the 3 letters we need to insert are all next to each other and they make a real word. Number 2. According to legend, St. George slayed a something during the Middle Ages. Well, you probably know the story or have heard the story of St. George slaying a dragon. And that would fit here because we're given a DR and an N already, the DRN, which means the 3-letter word we need to insert into DRN is ago, and that is a real word. Good. Question 3. If you something to do your chores, I won't allow you to have any pudding. If you what? So it must be something sort of bad here because you won't get any pudding if you do this to your chores. And this is a bit trickier one, but the answer here is refuse. If you refuse to do your chores, you won't have any pudding. So we're given the letters REF, REF already given, which leaves use as the three-letter word we need to add to ref. So you can see here for the example roared and refuse that the three-letter word actually goes after the three capital letters that you're given. But remember, it could go after, it could go before, or it could go somewhere in the middle. All right, last one. Question 4. The team that makes the something mistakes is the most likely to win. Okay, from the context of that sentence, we're thinking of what would make a team most likely to win. Well, if you're going to be the most likely to win, you probably have to make the least mistakes. So I'm going to try least. See if that works. Well, we're already given an EST, so that only leaves L and A, but we need to find three letters. But also, the L and the A aren't next to each other. We need to actually find a three-letter word that we can put somewhere within or either side of est to make a word. So least doesn't fit. But is there another word that means something similar to least that would fit? Well, fewest would work. Fewest is another word that would make sense in this sentence. Let's see if that works. So we have an EST already, which means the three-letter word we need to add is few. Perfect. That works. And few's the right answer. So that's it for this type of question. You'll notice that the question can be relatively easy to understand, but it may be hard to actually find the real word that you need to insert into the capital letters. So here's the approach. Try and read the sentence completely to understand the context, and then read it again, but just totally ignore or cover up the fragment in capitals and think what word or words could be sensible to put in that space to then make the sentence make sense. And then you can see if any of your guesses fit the letters that are already available. Don't spend too long on any one of these questions. Remember, in an exam, you're under some time pressure. So if you feel like you're thinking and thinking and you just can't get the answer, miss out, move on, come back to it. And if you're doing a multiple choice test, then you can just guess the answer. It's better to give an answer in a multiple choice question than not give one at all. If you do want to try some practice questions on this, you'll find some on the website that you can download, www.geekclubkids.co.uk.